This is it. Last time. Tear down begins now.
Yeah.
Miles, you've been good to us, buddy. It's time for some improvements. You may complain at first. We promise you'll like it. Let's get started. Back end is off. Look at all that handiwork. Remember doing this a long time ago? Cutting all this out, swapping that whole back end just to make this bumper possible. Good times. You know what it's starting to look like? It's starting to look like the vet cart. All we need now is take the nose and the fenders off the front. Put a roll bar on it. Oh man. It's starting to get real. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Good work.
Yeah.
Lots of progress tonight. Miles, you look naked. All right, tomorrow we tackled his nose.
Yeah.
Do a little bit of trim work, and then that's pretty much it, dude.
Yeah.
That gets us to where we want to be, so we can start stripping and sanding. All right, back at it tomorrow. Well, I really wanted to talk us out of taking this nose piece off of here, but that gap really bugs me. Same thing with this side here. There's a stud right there in the corner, and it's just not pulling in tight, and I don't like it. If it weren't for that, we could leave that whole nose on there. I guess I was thinking that we'd have to take that fender off to bang it out from the backside, but it's one of those situations where do you do it right the first time, or do you do it good enough? Don't get it right, get it running. Is that what Freiberger says? We did that already. Yeah, that whole last year. It's pretty much what this car was about. Don't get it right, just get it running. But now once you get bodywork done, it's kind of one of those things you want to do just once, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even if it's only going to be in primer, you still want it to be straight and looking good. All right. I think we know what we've talked ourselves into.
Progress.
I really didn't want to take that nose back off, but now that we looked a little closer at it, we realized that all the bumper bolts were loose. I don't know if we just didn't tighten them or if they just vibrated loose, but either way, that needed to be fixed. And then right here, this is where that gap was, and I just never was happy with it. There's some repair that needs to take place. You can't really see it right now, but right on the back side of that, there's some fiberglass that got cracked. So now that it's out, we can actually repair it so that it will cinch up and close itself up. And then this white fender is rust free. That's why we got it from Kevin, and we're very grateful for it. It's a little wavier than I thought though. And some of the stuff, especially right here, which we didn't realize, we've pulled it out a little bit, but there's still, if you look down the side of it, some of that waviness might need some banging from the backside. So one more thing to come off. Bam, check it out. I'm getting serious now. All the trim is now off, and we decided to go ahead and take both fenders off. Figure if we're gonna spend all the time to make this thing look as nice as it is, then we might as well work on the parts of the fender that are harder to see as well and sand those down. And we got a little bit of banging from the back side of the fenders to do anyway, but here it is. All right. Yep, exactly. My words, exactly. Well, that and what have we done? All right. Next time, we finally get a start on the body work, and that was a cute smile. And we're going to start it out by doing an unboxing that just came in the mail today. It was perfect timing because Nathaniel's here tonight. And I don't know what's in it. He gave me an idea of what was going to be in it. There's a big box right there. It was quite heavy. And this is coming from our friend Mike Brown. He is a friend I've not met, but I've known online for quite a while. He's got the most beautiful blue Miles the Spyder you've ever seen. I'll stitch in a little picture right here so you can see. And he did all the paintwork himself, and he wasn't a pro at it. He learned how to do it. He got some videos, got some equipment, studied it, did it. And then now that he's done with the car, he offered to help us out by sending us a starter kit. And so there's some really nice stuff in here. We're going to open it up right now and check it out. Oh, nice. Oh, check out that pad.
Sweet.
That's going to work really well getting this thing cut down.
Sweet.
Nice. I didn't even know that was in there. Oh, check it out. There's a good book. There's a couple books.
I don't know, damage.
DVD. I think it's a DVD.
Yeah.
Oh, it's from Hot Rod.
That's cool.
Look at that. Dream Build Drive DVD library, all paint and body work. Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool.
I know what we're doing later tonight. Holy cow, look at all this stuff.
Wow, he packed it.
Wow, look, okay, there's a sanding block. Look at that thing. That's gonna get you some straight fenders and quarter panels and hood.
Nice.
Wow. Holy cow, this thing is packed.
More DVDs.
Oh, more DVDs? Seriously? Which
Yeah.
one? Okay, this is Bodywork Basics and Techniques. I should probably know that dude, but I don't. Oh, Eastwood. Of course, Eastwood's got one. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Dang. Movie time. Orbital. Yep.
Nice.
I didn't know. Daggone. So he's got a head for it in there somewhere probably.
Yeah.
That's been detached, but oh wow. Holy cow, look. It's just completely, like there's no air in this box at all. It's completely packed solid. As much as we would like to show you everything that was in this box, this video went on for another 15 minutes. Suffice it to say, Mike set us up with everything we were going to need. Mike, I can't thank you enough, bud. That is way beyond what I thought we even needed, and a lot more than I thought you actually sent, too. But man, all of this stuff, I am so grateful for what you sent, Mike. We're going to use this and do some really cool things with it, make some great memories as well. And who knows? He hasn't decided what he wanted to do for a living yet. He likes welding, he likes fabricating, he likes metal shaping. Maybe he likes paint and body too. We'll see. I don't know. Well, we're going to get started. We had some plans, and they fell through just yesterday. We were supposed to be on the road today, headed to a location that I can't really tell you about yet, but we were supposed to be in a paint booth today, tomorrow, for the next several days. And thanks to the coronavirus, it didn't happen. We're quarantined in our garage. Yep. There are worse places to be, but man, we were sure looking forward to that. That was a trip with some friends that I'd coordinated for quite some time. And we kept saying how excited we were that by the end of the month, this being March, as I taped this, that this car was all going to be one color. Well, those plans got put on hold. But to be honest, we still have a lot of work to do in this car. So let me show you around on what we've done so far, and then I'll show you what we're doing next. So one of the things that we're doing right now, you might want to set that down here, bud. Yeah, there we go. Is we are paint stripping. And I know these parts look horrible right now. That's because everything I have, no matter what color it was or what car it came off of, they have 3 layers of paint on. This spoiler was black, and there's the layer of red, and then there's a layer of white underneath it. This was burgundy, and then it was white underneath. This one is the original one off my car. It's got 3 coats of red on it. I completely stripped these doors down to bare metal. That took several days. The hardest thing we had to do was strip these quarter panels down. The paint on this looked like alligator skin. And of course, there was a couple layers of it. Anyway, all that was stripped down to bare metal. We had a light coat of primer on there only to transport it to the body shop, knowing that we would have to strip it back off again because we still have body work to do. We haven't done that yet. And we're just changing gears. So we decided, well, we'll finish stripping those. The front fenders have been stripped as well. I forgot to mention that. They were down to bare metal. But we hadn't done the hood yet. So we grabbed it out of the loft and he just sanded it right now. And we're about to apply some stripper to it. A little bit stronger stuff in this case. Did you get past the child-proof lock, by the way?
No, apparently I have to be a little older for that.
You're just not old enough, apparently. Do you need some help from Dad?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll be right back, guys. Take a brush and spread it around. Yeah, watch your coat.
Yeah.
There's something satisfying about watching it. It's like painting a house.
Yeah.
Pretty strong, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we don't have fancy masks, but we do have at least some kind of protection. The door is open over there, and we're doing the best we can with what we got. Man, urethane's horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you got to paint strip it. Especially when it's got 3 layers of paint. The stripper's tough anyway. And then we're taking steel wool and water and neutralizing the stripper, as well as trying to take some of the rest of the paint off. This, by the way, is the 3rd attempt on that thing. 3rd attempt on that one. First one on the spoiler, but that, again, there's 3 layers of paint. We only got the black off there. Now the red and the white are underneath. Not that it all has to come off. The spoiler is not as bad. but because the paint flexed and cracked so badly on the urethane up front, you just can't paint over top of that. So we're trying to get it down to bare urethane. And hopefully we can put some flex agent in the paint on the new one so that it doesn't crack so badly like it did before. Looks great at 20 feet, but when you get up close, you realize, holy crap, somebody really didn't prep that very well. So as ugly as it is right now, sorry, what, bud?
Looks pretty good right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Some spots.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting there. I mean, that's 3 layers of paint we took off to get to that. So it looks ugly right now, but before too long, we hope that to be all black urethane. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
All right, we think it's been long enough. We're gonna try to scrape that hood right now. I think we already know this is gonna take more than one effort.
Yeah.
Because it's just, there's multiple layers of paint on here. If you look at it really closely, the original orange paint is peeling pretty good. The burgundy on top, a little bit. We'll get a good start anyway, but then we'll have to do it again. Pretty sure of that. Don't go too hard on that, bud. Just real light. Just grab the soft paint. I know it's metal, but you can still gouge it, so let's just be gentle with it. Well, I think we can probably call that a fail. We've never done this before, guys. We're learning. Check it out. So you can obviously see different colors there. Everywhere you see the orange and even a little bit of the gray is where we had it on really thick. We just simply didn't apply it thick enough.
No.
We didn't know, but we sure learned. And where it was really thin, it just simply kind of dried on there. And it didn't do anything to the paint. In fact, it's hard to even scrape off. It's getting late. Yeah. This stuff is starting to give me a little bit of a headache. It's cleaned off for now. We'll come back tomorrow and put a thicker coat on there. Yep. Let her sit, let it eat. We'll try again. Good night, guys. All right, new day. We're back out in the garage. Last night we just had a disaster of an experience on the hood there. We just didn't apply it thick enough. We've never done this before. So this morning we put on a really thick coat. It seems to be working fairly well. Fingers crossed, because we're out of stripper now. Beyond that, we're just gonna have to DA it off after we neutralize it and get it cleaned off really well. Nathaniel put on more stripper on these painful urethane parts, both there and over there on the other side of the garage. And now we're gonna do something fun. Since we had plans to be in a paint booth and it all got canceled, that whole trip did, we realized this is going to cause us more work in the end, but we don't care at this point. We want to do something that's kind of keep our motivation up. And so we're going to primer this car in black. We haven't done any body work yet. We haven't done any filler. And I already have gray primer and red primer on some parts, quarter panels, doors, front fenders. We're going to paint right over it. All that stuff's got to get stripped off anyway once we get to body work and sealer primer at some point. But by best estimate, we're probably at least a couple months away from that. So warm days are coming. We want to dry this thing. We're going to slap it back together and we're just going to paint it primer black or hot rod black. Make it look one color. And we know we got to strip it all back off later. Fine, we'll do that. And then we'll do it right in a couple months. But for now, we're about to paint. Yep. Talk so much. One thing I do want to clarify though, to not cause ourselves more extra work that we're going to have to, that was kind of redundant, more extra work, is that we're not going to jam the car or anything like that. It's going to be red. It might look a little odd, but I don't want to have to redo all those areas. We're just going to do the visible areas, which is the outside of the car only. And just to get it looking nice in one color and have fun. And there he goes. You ready? Okay. Oh, it's got the good tip on it too. Oh, first coat. All right, here goes nothing. Yeah, it's not.
Some spots.
Some spots, yeah. It's already drying a little bit too much. We might have waited too long now to think about it. I don't know, we'll see. All right, this chemical strip thing is just not for us, apparently. There's the carnage, and that's as deep as we could get. They don't make the good stuff anymore for over-the-shelf stuff. What we got is the aircraft stripper, but it's a non-methylene chloride kind. The kind that has the methylene chloride can only be purchased by someone who has a license for it, namely a body shop or someone who has a business that has a legitimate need for it. That wouldn't be us. So it doesn't work as well. So we're gonna neutralize this and then DA it the rest of the way down. That's all we can do. That's all I got left. What a mess. Gotta love rattle cans. All right, we're gonna go for a ride. Camera clear out here outside the door. Oh my goodness. So loud. Look at the shadow. You can see us through the door. You can see your silhouette. That's awesome. That guy's looking at you like, what in the world? Yeah. I love it. Hey, it's not all about working the garage. You just gotta have fun sometimes. And that was a real kick in the gut, knowing that we couldn't make it to the body shop this week. So we're gonna have a little fun. Hey, you going my way? All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Woo, nice ride. Holy cow, what a day. Nathaniel's out picking up the last of the pieces out there in the dark. Garage is a disaster, but quarter panels are painted, fenders are painted. The really difficult part about today was a stinking urethane and the chemical stripper. So I was warned about this. The chemical stripper, it did curl this up a little bit. Some of you might be body guys going, yep, I could have told you so. But it can be reshaped, but it's also very weak. I mean, you can tell, this is like 3 times we've gone with chemical stripper and it still didn't take all the paint off. Now, granted, there was like 3 layers of paint. Same thing with the lower nose. The black part is the urethane, or whatever you call it. The red part is the paint we still couldn't get off after several attempts. Although there are many layers of paint we got off, we still didn't get past the bottom layer of red.
That old red, yeah.
Yeah. But it may not look like it, but we got a lot done today. There's a door over there as well that's black. Let me show you the hood. This thing's crazy looking. Looks like, I don't know, like bark off a tree or something, but daggone, this was an entire can of aircraft stripper, and that's all we could get off. A little body filler there we didn't know about. Anyway, we got a plan of attack tomorrow. We are done with chemical strippers. It's mechanical stripping from this point on.
Yeah.
Never again. Quarter panel, just a light coat. Need to touch up a few spots, but it's getting there. All right, next day. Couldn't sleep last night. I was fretting over these urethane pieces because I thought that I had ruined them. I talked to a good friend last night who's a body man, and FaceTime with him and showed him the pieces that we had put chemical stripper on, and he says you might be able to save them if you can put them back over the frames and kind of reshape them and heat them up. I don't think so. So this shriveled up mess that you're looking at right here is the piece that normally goes right here and wraps around right here. The stripper chemically reacted with it and just melted it. Just melted it. Plus the paint never completely came off either. The other pieces look about the same. This curved part right here, everything is just curled under. Even the turn signal areas are curled under. The parts that normally would just hold their shape and be straight, I'll never be able to get them straight again, or this curve will never be a curve again because it's physically shrunk. So this lower nose piece is ruined. We'll have to get these spoilers off of here because those are Spyder specific. They're just stapled on, but we'll get them off. Luckily for me, I'm a hoarder. I have an old Buick Skyhawk that I stripped a long time ago. Paint's all cracked and in nasty shape, but at least it holds its shape. So we put that over the front bumper, and we're gonna try to recondition this, which is, see, this is the lower section. That's used to be a lower section. See how that thing's all curled up? It's crazy. This lower section here got curled up too, but it does have a metal frame underneath it that makes it hold its shape for the most part. We might be able to salvage that, although the paint's in horrible condition. We've got to really DA that thing down, get the scratches out. Here's the old rear bumper section that used to be on the car. We were replacing it with that one over there because of these bumperettes. That piece over there was actually a really rare 1975 only piece that did not have bumperettes. For those that don't know Monzas, 76 through 80, these little holes are here because there's little extra bumpers added. 75 did not have that. Those bumperettes rust really badly and are hard to repair. So we thought, well, we'll just put a 75 piece on there and get rid of it. Well, we're gonna have to go back to this now. And you can see how this one holds its shape. It's not in bad condition, it's just that it had those bumperettes and we were gonna have to either fill those holes or try to rebuild them somehow. And we're still gonna have to do that. So anyway, my worst fears last night have come true. We haven't lost hope. I have enough extra parts lying around. We'll rebuild it. We'll make it work, bud. We just put a lot of work into stripping those parts, and only to ruin them. Do over. Good morning. It's a new day. I filmed out here because there's just something about listening to the birds sing first thing in the morning. And it reminds you that all things are new and stop worrying about stuff. Yeah, we ruined those parts, but we'll get more. They're not the easiest parts to find, but we'll get them. I'm not too worried about it. Am I mad at myself for not heeding the warnings? Yeah, of course. And it's always twice as bad when it's your son's car and he looks at you like, why? You can see the disappointment in his face. But we're going to move on to other things until I can source those parts again or either restore the crappy ones that I have. And we're going to do something fun today that I think is going to put him in better spirits today. So let me show you what we're up to. See that activity going on back there? We are improvising. Since we're rattle canning the whole car, we're going to rattle can the decals as well. Sounded easy when we first thought about it, right, bud?
Yep.
Until we got to cutting these templates that we're making right now out of paper that we'll then have to cut out again on my sticker paper. Oh, this is dumb, dude. I just thought of something.
Yeah.
I could have copied those right directly onto the decal, the sticker paper. Hang on, we'll be right back. You know how sometimes you have to talk things through to realize what it was that you really were doing? And just as I was explaining that to you guys, I thought, well, this is dumb. We're wasting our time down here cutting these things out when I could have printed this stuff directly onto the sticker paper. So we're gonna do that now. That's the second do-over today. We're on a roll, bud.
Yep.
We are going to attempt to stencil these stripes and letters on this door today. Since we didn't get in the paint booth to get the good stuff put on the car for now, who knows how long it'll be before we can actually get in there. We rattle can the car for now, just to kind of keep our spirits up, and we decided to take it one step further. I thought, well, let's rattle can the stripes, and heck, let's even attempt the spider on the hood. Can we do it? I don't know. Good job, dude. All right, here comes the last part. Pull that one tight too, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh. Why does that 1/4 inch piece of tape make this look 100 times better once you pull it off?
I don't know.
Oh, man. Now you officially have racing stripes on your car. Oh. And there's that little dip. Yep.
That's cool.
Heck yeah, dude. Last one. Ta-da!
Wow.
What do you think?
That's cool.
It's cool, all right. I'll just do a little touch up on the white.
Yep.
That's a good idea, just doing it all in solid color for now. I can't imagine trying to paint all that detail in
Yeah, I
there,
know.
because it was a pain in the butt just to even get this little bit. Look at this, guys. Well, I didn't get a video of it right as he finally finished up, but how many days is it taking us to get this thing stripped? 3?
3 or 4, yeah.
3 or 4. We were both pretty excited. Forgot to film it. But here, you get a little bit of the other behind the scenes look of the hood here before he coats it in primer. It's what, 10:30 at night. Gonna get this thing primed. I think we're gonna call it a night. Back at it tomorrow. All right, spring break's over.
Yep.
It's time to head back to his mom's, and some of what we learned this week has been pretty hard lessons, hasn't it?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. That's all right though. Never say die, and the stuff that we ruined, we'll source again. We were able to salvage some of it, and other parts of it, I had extra parts that we were able to salvage, but hey, we learned. Chemical stripping is not our strong point, at least when you don't do it the right way like we did. So I even had a good friend who called me the day that he was watching our Instagram stories, and as soon as he saw us putting the stripper on the urethane parts, he tried to message me, I didn't answer. He tried to text me, I didn't answer. Then he called me and he goes, "Stop what you're doing, it's gonna melt your urethane." And what did we tell him? We'll be fine. It's really weak. It's hardly even taken off the paint. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Kevin, you were right. I'm so sorry, man. Anyway, let me show you what we did get done and what we still have left to do. Okay, you guys might remember this lower front nose piece. This curled up mess right here. Well, this is what it's supposed to look like. We were able to sand that thing down and all that cracked and nasty paint, and it reshaped it over top of the metal frame you can see underneath it there. And it looks okay. I think we're gonna be all right with this one. It had some really dry, rotted urethane on the tops of the bumpers. We were able to sand past that, and I think we're gonna be okay. I also mentioned to you in the past video that these side pieces here are actually part of the front spoiler. They staple on and attach right here. So there's the center of the spoiler, and it just extends it on around the front fender of the car. They look like crap, but they are salvageable. Thank goodness, because those are unobtainium. There's the other one. You guys remember this? This is that rear urethane piece that it looks like somebody shot it and died. Like it's one leg goes out one way, the other leg goes out the other. Let me flip you around here. This is what it's supposed to look like. You see how this piece retains its shape? This is original to my 78 Spyder. That's original to my 78 Spyder as well. That is going to eventually go in the garbage. This is the original nose off my Spyder. It doesn't look bad, but if you look at the flat headlight bucket, it's really curled up. It ate it up and curled it. I don't know if I can heat that back up and try to get that flat again or not. Still on the fence as to whether this thing is salvageable or not. I don't know yet, but we're gonna work with it and see what we can do. And then this is the one piece that I was able to salvage. It was burgundy and really bad looking after all the chemical stripper, but DA'd the heck out of this thing. And the advantage to this one is there's a metal understructure here that actually holds the entire shape of this thing. So this one I was able to wrap around the metal bumper underneath, and it seems to hold itself pretty well, so we can reuse that. Man, it seems like every time we venture into something we've never tried before, we've got maybe like a 60-40 success rate at this point. We'll never make those mistakes again, but when we tried something new, I've never chemical stripped before, and there's some very specific instructions as to which one you should use. There is a specific one for urethane that we did not use, and the time that you leave it on there, and you just got to keep a really close eye on it. Yeah, we didn't do that. We didn't do any of that. So I want to end this video on a positive note. You saw us painting a stencil that we had made for one of the doors. So our goal was, knowing that the entire trip to the paint booth got canceled, and that really was kind of a kick in the gut for us, we decided, as a friend just told me a little while ago, I like his phrase, I'm going to steal it. He said, you got to admire to aspire. And I thought, that's really good. So we did something that we know is going to cause us more work in the end, and but we did it because it kept us motivated, and man, it got us excited. So you guys ready to see what we can see? Here you go. Da, 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 da. Look at that. There you go. You guys are getting the first look of what Miles 2.0 is eventually going to look like. It will be gloss black. It will not be primer flat black. Those are not the decals on the door. That is the stencil that you guys saw us paint. That is rattle-canned stripes and Spyder script on the side there. That was a pain in the butt. Those stripes would normally extend into the front fender and the rear quarter, but we just only did the door just enough to kind of get us inspired. The fenders are literally hung on with 2 bolts. The hood is just resting on there. The hatch is just resting on there. The targa band is just resting on there. The spoilers are literally just pushed in the holes, not bolted. Everything is just hanging off the car just so we could look at this.
Yeah.
And I think it was a pretty successful venture. Got us pretty excited, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's why we did it, folks. So that is where we're going to end it, guys. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate all the viewers out there. If you guys are interested in any of the Spyder Garage merchandise, you can go to www.spyder-garage.com. A lot of people have been asking about stickers and t-shirts. They're still out there. They're still available if you guys are interested. Give us a follow on Instagram at Spyder_garage, and subscribe if you would, guys. We really appreciate it. If you guys like what you're watching, hit that like button, a thumbs up, and we will see you guys soon with another video. Bye.